All right, and we are live. We are here today with the owner of one of the top restaurants in Hoboken, one of my favorites, none other but Charritos. We have Uzi with us today for a special treat. We are super thankful to have him on today. We're going to learn a little bit more about Charritos. We're going to learn about what they do as when they spring into action when there's ever been any kind of problem in the community and a way to get back. Charritos and Uzi has been there right from the start, giving a big helping hand. And then we're going to learn a little bit more about the backstory of Charritos. How did it come about? I just was taught 2 seconds ago that I was wrong on the origins of where they started up. So I was excited to learn about that. And we'll hear a little more about that story. So, Uzi, I'll kick it over to you for a second. If anyone lives under a rock in Hudson County and hasn't been to one of your locations or hasn't heard of Charritos, tell us just a little bit about the restaurant and what you guys are doing there today.
Well, at the moment we're just on a limited menu because we never know. Everything's kind of day-to-day news, and what if we have to close in a week or a day? So we're basically onto a limited menu with what we're doing right now. We're still doing catering and takeout, which has honestly just really helped us in general as a company, as a family. And by me, my family is like the staff, us. Most of the people who have been working with us. We have one of the chefs who's been working with us for more than 26 years. Wow. So, we really, I like to say that we really are hands-on with our staff and they are with us. It's a mutual thing. We're a team. And, I'm at home a lot, actually, because I take care of my mom and my dad and my kids. So, unfortunately, I cannot be out there, but I'm on top of them, and my GM oversees everything. But food-wise, we selected the most popular items, and that's what we're selling. So, we went into a spreadsheet. We're like, this is what people like. This is what carries well. This is what we're going to sell. So that's what we're doing right now.
That makes sense. And, we usually do these things before COVID-19 rolled around. We were doing a series that we were hopefully going to get you on called 5 Question Fridays, which was just like very fun, lighthearted 5 questions with Hoboken business owners. And one of the questions I usually ask any restaurant is, what are some of those top maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 top items? So that's actually keyed right into it. So what are those things that are?
Oh my God! Well, obviously fajitas and burritos are huge, and enchiladas, right? However, surprisingly, the mole, which is like from that book, like Wonderful Chocolate, surprisingly mole, which is one of my favorites, is probably I tell my parents when we do our wedding, mole is it on the menu, and to see how it sells in Hoboken, like. We're like, guys, we're gonna get rid of the mole. And they're like, Uzi, we can't. It's like, you don't understand. It's like, if we have 500 burritos that sell, there are 350 mole enchiladas. So I gotta say that, yes, burritos the norm, fajitas are the norm, and quesadillas and enchiladas. But I gotta say, our mole just makes Charritos, really element on its own. Mole, we brought our grinders from Mexico. They're made out of lava rock. Like, we don't use a blender, like when it comes to mole, it's like, to Italians, mama sauce, it's like, it's our pride and joy. We don't play with that. Like in the rest of the food, we don't cut corners. It is what it is.
That is awesome. And I can attest to that. I've had that mole multiple times. It is delicious, and I can't wait to get some more of it too.
It's really
good. It's rich and it's really hearty. It does. And I was raised, my mother was Italian, and she made the sauce every Sunday. You could see the parallels. You could totally see the parallels on how those two things totally connected.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So one of the reasons I wanted to get you on today, I saw on Instagram maybe a month ago now already that as soon as the thing got crazy, you guys are always so great giving back to the community. I remember during Sandy, you guys were cooking the food because there was no power and giving it away, while other people, unfortunately, were charging higher prices. I'm not going to.
I remember that.
But you guys did the opposite. You're like, we're giving it away. And as soon as this kicked in, I saw you giving away guac kits. And now I'm hearing more things that you're doing. So tell us a little bit. I know you don't like to brag, but tell us a little bit about what you've done in the community, because I think people will really appreciate that. They should know, have an idea of what you guys always are doing.
Well, I was raised in Hoboken, so I've always said that there's a place huge place in my heart for it. And obviously I'm very, my parents always taught us to be very grateful. And not forget the people who are always there for you, and the customers in the Hudson area, specifically Union City, Weehawken, North Bergen, Tracy City, Hoboken, have always really been there for us. And have always supported us so much, even without our liquor license. And then even now with a liquor license, it's just been such a beautiful thing that we always have support from the community. And they didn't mind waiting 2.5 hours when we opened up our first location in Hoboken, which was our second location in history in 1990. I'm so sorry, 2001. Okay. And so we, people wanted to. They just wanted to be a part of Charritos, and and it's a humane thing to do. To be there. It's not about the money. Charritos, for us, it's always about the food and the people, and that's honestly, I don't care if I make $1 million or I make 300,000. It's like I'm saying business, not salary. It's about the connection that you have with people. That's always been a passion that my parents taught me, a passion that I carried. And it's something that it's something that I live by, and that's why when we closed our Hoboken location, we had so many fresh products. I'm like, why are we gonna throw these away? We don't freeze things, So let's give it away. Let's give it away. Like people need it, and some people are like, oh no, give it to someone in need. I'm like, baby, we're all in need right now. Yeah. I don't care if you make 6 figures or you're making 10, 15 grand a year. We're all in need.
We're all in it together right now.
We're all in it together. I think that's what this is going to teach us. Like, let's come out of it together. Let's work together. And let's not forget that we're equal, So, and that's why we did it. We did it in Hoboken. We did it in Weehawken. We did it in Union City. We went to Burger Line Street to give away stuff.
That's awesome.
So it's a part of giving back. It's a part of, it makes my family and I feel really good.
Yeah, and it makes the community feel really good, and that's what I think makes Hoboken and Union City and Weehawken what they are. Businesses like yours who are so intertwined and give back in that way and are connected in that way, and not just there to turn a profit and move on. Right? You guys can tell that's how you run your business.
Absolutely.
Something else I know you guys have been doing too, which I just want to say thank you for, is I know you've been taking food to the hospitals, right, all around the Hudson County area, doing some catering orders for the nurses and for our frontline workers. Over the past, did we lose him? Did I lose internet? Sorry, everybody. Some connectivity problems maybe probably on my end here. Let's see if we get Uzi back. I'm not sure if I'm even still live. It might be my internet. Nope, looks like I'm live. Well, anyway, if we there he is. We'll get him back on.
Sorry about that.
There you are, sir. Sorry, I'm not sure.
Yeah, do we have time for that? Do you want me to go into that, or?
Yeah, we'd love to hear just how things are going in the hospitals when you get there. I'm sure people are super grateful.
Well, like I said, I don't want to give myself all that credit. I've only been behind the ideas right now with my team because, like I said, I have older parents, so I've been staying home, taking care of them and my kids. And I made my staff aware of that before, I decided to stay home if they want to continue open. I let them take a vote because, after all, the business also belongs to them. And, it wasn't just like, okay, I'm going to be the boss to stay at home. No, I don't run like that.
Right.
So we've teamed up with Flag, and we're actually going to donate the food for free. But Flag was like, no, we've been getting some money, so let us help you too, so you can continue in business, which I thought was beautiful. It was like such a karma thing, that happened thing. And I'm like, wait, I told my parents, I'm like, Mom, look, catch this. We're going to give for free, and we're going to get some money back, So it's a beautiful thing. It feels really good. And then Weehawken, Palisades didn't have that much money. So, but we still did, a lot of food for them as well. Yeah. And, and if we have to, again, go to Restaurant Depot, buy food and cook it and give it away for free, we don't care. We love to do that.
That's awesome.
It makes us jealous.
You could tell just by the way you guys operate and the way, just talking to you. So from, everyone out there, thank you for doing the things that you do. It's super awesome. We really appreciate that. I
love that a lot of people are teaming up and doing that. I think it's magical. It's beautiful.
In times of crisis, we see the best of humanity come out, it seems, it's, everybody comes.
We need them sometimes,
Yeah,
we need them. It's a reminder,
It's the truth. So one question, and then I want to open up and let you wrap us up with the story of how you guys, over the last 25, 30 years, really where you started and, any awesome story of how you guys really got the business open. Where can people order from or pick up from? Should they be calling the restaurant direct? Is there a
They can call the restaurant direct. I put it posted on Instagram. I think we're gonna start to do deliveries again. We got stopping because of the contact, but we figured out a way to do it contactless now. And I think we're gonna pick that up probably on Monday. But they can do Grubhub, they can do Uber Eats, and they can do DoorDash. Preferably, they can pick up is better because then we don't have to pay that large fee. But once we start deliveries again, it'll hopefully start. They can call it and order deliveries. But in the meantime, that's what we're doing. That's how we're making it work.
Perfect. I got your website scrolling on the bottom, so you can get your contact information, call directly right from there, or you guys know, just Google Charritos and Hoboken.
Yeah, Google Charritos and Hoboken. And we might be opening the Hoboken location starting next week because we've gotten a lot of customers who want us to call, who want to come and pick up, who live in the area. So we might start that up again next week.
That's great.
It's a meeting that we're going to have in 30 minutes with my other managers. Again, it's up to them. They want to open it, I'm with them.
Awesome. And then you're very active on Instagram too, right? Kind of updating everything that's going on in the restaurants and who's open, what you guys are doing. So that's one of the best places to follow you. I think you're at Charritos. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Those Charritos.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So we'll drop that in the comments below so people can reach there. But last thing to wrap up, we'll love to just hear. I know you guys have been a staple in the community for so long. How'd you get started? What's the ride been like along the way? And just like the quick story of Charritos, how did you guys come about to have this restaurant?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you again. Thanks again, Jeff. Well, my parents migrated here from Mexico in the 80s, and then we got to 2nd and Park Avenue. My mom found a job on Park Avenue and Observer Highway. It was called MDP Fashion, the factory. So my dad just started making lunch at home to bring to her because, he was a truck driver in Mexico, but he learned how to cook. And then he surpassed my mom. And so he would make lunches, and then we would start selling them at the factory. And then they were like, you guys should open up a restaurant. And my dad was like, well, we have no money. So we borrowed money from a loan shark, and we opened up our first location in Union City in July 1992. And then I started running it my senior year of high school. And I've been working there since. And we moved from Hoboken, from the kitchen and the apartment kitchen back in the day. Like they didn't have that apartment anymore. Union City 92, 121 Washington 2002, I'm sorry. And then 1024 Washington about 4 years later. And then Boulevard East 2010. And then 5th Street 4 years ago. That's
so cool. Yeah, you guys shifted around Hoboken a little bit. We got reorganized. That's awesome. The Weehawken location is so cool. The view from up there is awesome. Right? You get a better view of New York City than you do on that block there, right? Absolutely gorgeous. So
yeah.
Awesome. Well, Uzi, it was a pleasure having you on today. I want to thank you again for everything you do inside the community, and thank you for making such awesome food. Can't wait to be able to come in and see you guys again. In the meantime, we'll have to do pick up and delivery for now, so we can all stay safe. So,
stay safe, man. We're also doing on our end. We're creating new ideas on how we can reopen when we're able to reopen and keep everyone safe. We're already brainstorming that. So, guys, everyone, please stay safe. Jeff, thank you so much. Thank you. And whatever we can do, you got my cell phone, you have my email. Please don't be, just reach out.
Thanks so much, Uzi. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
You got it.